The Ukrainian Leopard 1A5 tank that Kiev received from Denmark survived an attack by 8 Russian drones, proving the effectiveness of additional armor. Only then did the Russians disable it with strikes from 3 more drones, Forbes writes. Russian forces released a video of the attack in an attempt to show off their success, but the results are hardly cause for celebration. While the loss of the Leopard 1A5 is painful for Ukraine, the fact that the vehicle survived so many hits is a testament to the reliability of the additional armor. The 40-ton Leopard 1A5, armed with a 105mm gun, is known for its maneuverability and accuracy. However, its weak point has always been its armor. The base protection thickness is only 77mm, which is significantly inferior to the more modern Leopard 2A4. When the first of the promised 155 Leopard 1A5 tanks began arriving in Ukraine in late 2023, Ukrainian engineers set about upgrading their armor protection. They added layers of dynamic armor that explode on impact, reducing the effectiveness of incoming projectiles, and installed anti-mesh screens that help neutralize FPV drones. These improvements have proven their effectiveness. The Leopard 1A5 withstood up to 11 drone attacks. After numerous hits, the tank continued to move until further strikes finally immobilized it. The tank is probably beyond repair. There is no information about the fate of the crew, but there is reason to hope for their survival. To reduce the risk of ammunition explosion in the turret, the crews store most of the 42 rounds in the hull of the tank. This approach takes longer to reload, but significantly reduces the risk to life. One netizen noted that despite the thin armor, he feels fine while serving on the Leopard 1A5. The destruction of this tank has the 8th confirmed case of the loss of a Leopard 1A5 on the battlefield. The Ukrainian army has about 90 such tanks left, with another 50 to 60 expected in the near future. The new Leopard 1A5s will most likely also be equipped with additional armor protection, which has proven its effectiveness. The outstanding survivability of the Leopard 1 in this battle is quite unexpected, as the vehicle developed in the 1960s incorporated specific concepts. The designers neglected armor protection, focusing on high mobility and firepower. In the Russian-Ukrainian war, the focus of possible threats shifted from anti-tank guns and tanks to high-speed attack drones. Therefore, the designers of the main armored vehicle directorate developed a massive set of hinged dynamic protection, grills and nets for the Leopards that would comprehensively protect the vehicle. It was the mounted protection that played a key role. The dynamic protection units neutralized penetrating damage from cumulative ammunition, and the nets and grills over the stern delayed some of the hits. In a similar situation, the basic version of the Leopard would most likely have been destroyed by the first hits along with the crew.
Members of the Ukrainian Army's Oaf Brigade could be seen using newly arrived howitzers on the front line in the Donetsk region on Thursday, firing towards advancing Russian troops near the town of Toretsk. This howitzer can reach targets that we couldn't reach before, explained Vorzel, a commander of one of the Czech-made Dita 155mm self-propelled howitzers being used. According to Associated Press, the deployment of the howitzers reflects Ukraine's ongoing efforts to modernize its artillery and fend off Russian aggression. Yet with Russia continuing to make incremental advances in the Donetsk region, Vorzel said more weapons were urgently needed. If there are more of these weapons, and the weather allows in the spring and summer, and reconnaissance and drones fly more actively, then we will be able to work more effectively and destroy more of their artillery equipment in their rear, he said. Vorzel, who has been fighting since the start of the full-scale invasion and saw his hometown occupied, said the situation was very difficult but that they had no choice but to continue to fight. We just have to keep fighting, keep deterring them, keep destroying them, until they come to the point that there is no point in fighting us anymore. When they themselves get the idea that there is no point, then we can sit down at some negotiating table, he said. Vorzel said his biggest dream was to return to his wife and daughter, but added, "We understand what we are doing here and continue to do it." The Oaf Brigade is among Ukraine's most effective and popular fighting units, but it has been dogged by its origins as a volunteer battalion that drew fighters from far-right circles and criticism for some of its tactics. The current members of the Oaf Brigade, which has been absorbed into Ukraine's National Guard as the 12th Special Forces Brigade, reject accusations of extremism and any ties with far-right movements.
На машині, тобто для того, щоб там камера заднього виду, бокового виду, камера. І ще один монітор третій, це повністю вже монітор керування всіх датчиків. Ми поводили, можна подивитися, як на мапі. Ця гармата, вона може діставати до тих цілей, коли, наприклад, ми до цього не могли діставати. Це ж непоганий результат. Якщо такої зброї буде більше, і в принципі погода буде дозволяти вже, наприклад, там в осінній період, у літній період, коли розвідка і дрони будуть літати активніше, то ми зможемо просто ефективніше працювати і в більшій кількості по їхніх тилах, розносити їхні артилерійські орудія, наприклад, розносити їхні якісь склади, може якісь там командні пункти там, чи ще щось. Тобто треба більше такої зброї. Просто треба продовжувати воювати, продовжувати їх стримувати, продовжувати їх знищувати, допоки вони не прийдуть до того, що немає сенсу з нами далі воювати, треба щось закінчувати. Коли до них самих дійде ця ідея, що немає сенсу, то тоді можна сідати за якийсь стіл переговорів. Поки вони продовжують тиснути, поки в їх планах захоплювати наші міста, знищувати наші міста, вбивати наших цивільних, вбивати людей. То, що вони зараз творять по Херсону, по Ніколаєву, коли вони просто FPV-шками полюють за цивільними автомобілями, коли вони скидами скидують на цивільних, вбивають їх просто в мирних містах, скажімо так, навіть не прифронтових. Це ж жах. У мене і дитина, і дружина, звісно, хочеться і додому приїхати, подивитися на рідних, і частіше бувати вдома, але така ситуація. А так, в принципі, втоми немає, тобто ми продовжуємо працювати, так, якщо в загальному взяти, то все одно продовжуємо працювати, ми розуміємо, що ми тут робимо, і продовжуємо робити.